Okay, welcome to round two game of GP Florence, and we have Cajun on Green White Creature Vomit, the deck that I think is the best deck in the format right now.
As is expected from Ricky
Yeah,
shilling for Green White Creature Vomit. It is an absurd deck.
and
It is absolutely nuts.
Cajun has the perfect opener. They have Curious Companion into a token maker. Yeah,
Guardian.
so they have a turn to EHS. Meanwhile, Gynoidpoet's on Burn, which is actually one of Green White Creature Vomit's less good matchups because Green White Creature Vomit takes so much damage from their mana base. And Gynoidpoet opens up with Spanish Companion, locking Cajun down to 18. Actually, this game might be close because Gynoidpoet can kill the Curious Companion before Cajun taps with it, and then now they don't have turn 2 EHS. They have to settle for turn 2 2-drop, which is not what the deck actually wants to do. They'd rather play more than just a single 2-drop on turn 2. Well, anyways, turn 1 Curious Companion.
Yep.
Gynoidpoet untaps and draws. Well, I mean, they have tons of burn spells. They can spare one on the Curious Companion.
Yeah, as Scorch, Grace, Scorch. You definitely want to kill the companion here.
Gonna attack first. I mean, in case Cajun inexplicably blocks the Spanish Companion for no reason, I guess. But Cajun's actually a good player. So they're not dumb, so they're not going to throw away Curious Companion for no reason.
It's worth a shot, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe Cajun's having a bad day or something.
Yeah, have you seen how badly I misplayed that game versus Lyco and still won?
I don't think I did.
Okay, yeah. Searing Grace to face. And yeah, Cajun's actually in trouble here because all they can do next turn is play a 2-drop. And Quarterlight Champion just dies to single Scorch.
Yeah, another land, so not...
I mean, they have EHS next turn, so that's pretty good.
I guess kind of just thinking here. Try and play a 2-drop, it's probably just going to get burned. And then...
I mean, you play Quarterlight Champion in order to force your opponent to Scorch it. Because Pierce Paragon doesn't even trade with the Banished Companion. So... now that I think about it, would it be insane if instead of playing Curious Companion on turn 1, you played Overgrowth Guardian? Because you're playing against Burn, so you know they probably definitely have some way to kill Curious Companion on turn 1. So maybe if you played Overgrowth Guardian into Perish Paragon, then you would be better off. But then at the same time, like, you have the God Hand, you should try to go for it, right? Even if you know opponent's most definitely going to remove the Curious Companion.
Well, if you know the opponent's going to remove the Curious Companion, then it's not really a God Hand, is it?
Well, the thing is, by forcing your opponent to burn a Curious Companion, you basically gain 3 life. So is paying 1 green mana for 3 life worth doing?
Right, and draw the Torrent.
I mean, Gynoidpoet's probably going to find Greater Purpose this turn.
Yeah, Scorch Champion.
I feel like you should find Greater Purpose first to see what you flip before you cast your spells, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Gynoidpoet's going to swing, and find Greater Purpose is until your next turn, right? Yeah.
Yes, so it's... place the Torrent untapped.
I guess they just want to dump their entire hand this turn, and then if they flip anything off Find Greater Purpose, they're going to play it next turn. Yeah. I don't think they should have drawn with Find Greater Purpose first, though. No, they're going to draw last. I mean, is there anything that Gynoidpoet can draw here that would punish them for sequencing it like this? Because I don't think there is, right? Do they run Storm Surge? Oh, they do run Storm Surge, right? So I guess... No, wait, Storm Surge, can you orchestrate from exile? You can't, right? If you flip Storm Surge, then it's really bad because you can't actually cast it. But it seems like that's not what happened. And Gynoidpoet takes their turn. They draw Curious Companion. Well, so here, do you go for EHS and pray, or do you play Overgrowth Guardian plus Perish Paragon?
Guardian and Paragon seems like better than anything you could get off EHS.
You can flip 2 drops off EHS, like 2 Quarterlight Champions or something. No, that's still bad because you need to block all of your opponent's things, and in case they flip a burn spell or anything.
If Poet flips a burn spell, yeah, I think it's best to go Guardian and the Paragon, since that's guaranteed to block everything, at least buy you a turn.
And Perish Paragon redirecting damage means that Cajun won't lose their Overgrowth Guardian plus token. They'll only lose a single Perish Paragon.
No,
if you're just going to EHS. I guess they'd rather pray than try to go for the reliable but kind of boring play.
Spin the wheel.
Did they get there?
Okay, Overgrowth Guardian.
Nope.
And Kilo. You could have just played the cards in your hand.
Hey, I mean...
everything's two reinforcements in a land, so...
Yeah. Maybe it's more exciting to pray. And they flip their Curious Companion off Kilo. I mean, next turn they're definitely just trumping with everything. I mean, it's still alright, right? Because turn after that, they just play Overgrowth Guardian plus Perished Paragon. So they'll be back at where they started.
You could have just done. I feel like probably better just do that first.
Yeah, I agree, because if you do that, then Perished Paragon dies.
Because there's no guarantee that EHS is going to work out for Cajun.
No, I'm just saying that you'd be left over with 2 guys, and then you get to EHS with the bigger board, which benefits you more because there's lots of cards in the deck that care about having lots of creatures. So EHS becomes better the more creatures you have.
Draw a Suitor, which is... I don't think it's better than playing one of your actual cards here.
Well, I think Gynoidpoet's just going to play out their 2 things, because either they do it now or they don't get it. And they're kind of low on resources, so they can't really afford to waste cards. Gynoidpoet's swinging in with everything. It's called Axelinger Buff right now. It's not, right? So he didn't just trade a token for it. And then they trump the other 2 guys.
Yeah. And then Bloodvenge stays tapped. So...
Oh, yeah, right. That's actually really bad for Gynoidpoet, because now they don't have an attacker next to... Or no, they can... If they top deck a burn spell, they can tap Bloodvenge Berserk on the same turn.
Yeah.
But either ways, I mean, Cajun just blocks with everything.
Yep.
I think the best top deck for Cajun right now would be a Seek the Lost Child. Or no, it wouldn't, because they also need a land to enable it. So, is there anything in Cajun's deck that... Or I guess...
2 from the... Why?
Another source.
You do that?
That thing still doesn't tap itself.
Why did Cajun not block with Gilo? Why would you put yourself within 1 burn spell range?
I mean, I guess...
That seems like a bad move, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe Cajun just figured that... Well, actually...
I mean, Cajun's probably better at Magic than me.
Yeah, but are they better at this deck than... no, they're probably better at this deck than me, too, because I misplayed horribly that game.
Wanderer.
Okay, I think Gilo's active this turn. Wanderer, Perished Paragon, Overgrowth Guardian, active Gilo.
Is that worth going to 2?
Probably not.
I guess it essentially means, in this case, Poet needs the burn spell.
Yeah, because Cajun has lethal next turn with the Trampoline Gilo.
Yeah. Now, I guess Cajun didn't know they were going to draw the Wanderer, which is only a 2-of anyways, so...
Yeah.
It still wasn't a good move, because it took that very specific draw to be good.
I agree. But now Cajun's board is also immune to burn spells due to Perished Paragon. Although, notably, it's not immune to Basat Charm. Or, no, it is, because Gilo buffs everything. But if Gilo isn't there, then Basat Charm doesn't go through.
Charm Cajun's face and win.
Right.
Cajun is that too.
Gynoidpoet wins if they top deck a burn spell here, and they lose if they don't. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah, it comes down to the top deck here.
Attacking with Gilo, that's spicy. Although I guess if Gynoidpoet's holding a haste creature, it doesn't matter, because Cajun has enough blockers anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, drumroll please.
Basat Charm!
Okay. Yeah.
All that for nothing.
Oof. Well, if Cajun...
Sad.
If Cajun went for other play, if they blocked with Gilo, could I have won that game from that position? Probably, right? Because...
I don't think so. If you don't block with Gilo, if you block with Gilo, you have 4 things on the board: Basat Charm and Suitor. So unless you somehow get both Seek and a Fetch, you're at 1 with Suitor out, and you die.
Right.
I don't think there's really a way for Cajun to win there.
Well, look at the sideboard.
Please.
Cajun has Whiterun Ordainer, and they also have...
Yeah, that's...
Well, is Confining Priest good here?
Mm.
I mean, it dies to burn spell, but you're alright if your opponent uses the burn spell, because that means it's not going to face.
Yeah, you're happy with that, because it's not hitting any of your other stuff.
But at the same time, you don't actually have that many slots to board out. So...
Then for Poet...
Fork Pillar, that's amazing. Metal Munch, also amazing. Recurring Dissident, also pretty good against a deck that casts so many spells.
Casts a lot of spells, yeah.
Yeah, and Cursive Bleeding. I mean, Seek the Lost Child does exist. Is it worth bringing
in Cursive Ordainer?
Yeah. Is it worth bringing Cursive Bleeding against the fast deck with 7 life gain cards? Because maybe Curse just doesn't do anything before your opponent just kills you.
Yeah, given that Cajun's on the play, it's possible to go Seek turn 1, Fetch turn 2, and it's like, oh, my Cursive Bleeding didn't actually help, really.
Yeah.
I think it's not worth it. Well, especially because you need to be as fast as possible.
Yeah. Oh, Cajun Borden is a cure. I mean, that's alright, but it dies a single Scorch. And this hand doesn't actually look that good. So I think Cajun has to mulligan this because it's too slow against Burn. Ironically enough. I mean, this hand looks fast as hell, but it's actually too slow against Burn. Actually, no, maybe Seek the Lost Child gets there if Cajun tops like a fetch land next turn.
Poet keeps the one lander.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of suitors, and that's not of Cajun's deck doesn't actually deal very well with the board, surprisingly enough.
Cajun keeps here. You can see the line, turn 1 child.
No, turn 1 Overgrowth Guard. You don't want the child to die to a single burn spell.
That's fair. You need the child. Yeah, you need the child to get the 4 life.
Honestly, I might have just named only white there because maybe this 1 life matters, and you don't actually need double green for anything right now.
Because that one, like 18, that's divisible by 3. Okay, do you go Storm Surge into Axlinger here?
Maybe? There you go, Suitor.
Yeah, you got a lot of suitors.
Or you can play Magic Companion attack, but probably Suitor.
There goes Companion. Right.
I would let off on Suitor, but I guess that's alright. Maybe Gynoidpoet wants to get in before Cajun plays a bigger blocker.
That's fair. If Cajun draws a fetch here, that will be very slick.
Yeah.
Let's see, what is it?
Not a fetch.
Regular. What? Do you go like Zalkar here?
No, you can't play. Oh, right, you can't play Zalkar. I think you want to play Zalkar after your opponent already has, or after you already play Perish Paragon, because that thing protects Zalkar, but at the same time, you don't really have time to sequence it like that. And I think you might just be alright doing Lost Child plus Lore Sprout, because that puts down 4 chump blockers and gives you something for next turn.
Yeah.
And then if your opponent doesn't deal with the... But does force your opponent to use removal on a creature, which is what you want.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's not going at your face.
Cajun agrees.
There goes...
You're playing Forest here, right? Because if you play Plains... Okay, good. You didn't play Plains. So you play Forest. Let's see what Cajun flips. Whiteworm Ordainer. And Perish Paragon. Wow, wonderful. I mean, you take Whiteworm Ordainer here. No-brainer.
You already have Paragon. You don't really need to.
And yeah, Lore Sprout. Ryan Daisy. Yeah, that's also really good. It protects your board.
Yeah, protecting the board's nice.
Cajun's attacking with their Saproling. I mean, that's fine, I guess, but... Well, you're trumping with something else anyways, I guess. Gynoidpoet's still not running their second land. Now they have to decide between Scorching the Lost Child or playing a 1-drop.
Start off with attacks.
I think Cajun just lets it through.
Yeah, I should.
Cajun's thinking about... Yeah, okay, they let it through.
I think you have to Scorch the Lost Child here.
Yeah.
Because it's actually... Cajun would gain 1 life in total if... the creatures and the life... Very valuable to blow up the child.
Yeah, blow up the child.
Blow up the child.
Burn the child, kill the child. Oh, Gilo.
Some things that are only reasonable in the context of MSEM commentary.
Actually, Cajun has an active Gilo now if they play Daisy plus Gilo.
Yeah.
But do they want to go for it, or will they go for a safer play of Perish Paragon to protect their board? And now Gynoidpoet can't really attack through anymore.
I mean, Cajun has Daisy, so it's not like Gilo's gonna die or anything. And then next turn you drop whatever, and Gilo's back online. So I think you definitely go Gilo, hit Daisy.
I'd rather go for a Perish Paragon Daisy this turn, and then next turn Gilo, because now you're attacking with the trampling Perish Paragon. And that's a lot more threatening than your wimpy board of... Well, it's not even that wimpy, it's Gilo buffed, but a trampling Perish Paragon is super scary. And Gilo even flips a land, so that enables Daisy this turn.
That makes... So Poet down to 2.
Yeah, and there's no way Gynoidpoet can do enough damage to bring Cajun down to 0, even if they do draw a land.
Yeah, you can't even kill Gilo because Daisy's out. So Cajun just rebuilds immediately.
Yeah, and if that doesn't do it, then Cajun still gets to play Whiteworm Ordainer to put themselves out of reach. And Zalkar once Whiteworm Ordainer is out, so that, Gynoidpoet has absolutely no outs. It's rubs salt in the wind. And it seems like Cajun's going to be attacking with, everything that they can attack this turn.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Have a reason to hold anything back.
Gynoidpoet gets whacked down to 5. And now Banishment Command is actually a problem, because Gynoidpoet can't really attack with this guy. Hey, there's the land, but it hurts you. Crewmaster Gilo doesn't even die to a bolt now, because Daisy's buffing it. Gynoidpoet says the GG.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, Cajun managed to win, even though they didn't really get that explosive of a hand. But then again, Gynoidpoet didn't really draw any lands there either, and had no burn that they could use.
Yeah.
But that was turn 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so somehow...
Turn 3, Cajun had massive board. Turn 4 would have been proper lethal.
Okay, Cajun's definitely keeping this hand. Gynoidpoet needs instant speed burn to answer this, but they have instant speed burn with Fire Burst.
You have a lot of fetches is kind of scary, but there's worse. Besides the mullet,
actually,
that's
okay. Yeah, they still have the instant speed burn to deal with the Seek the Lost Child. The problem for Cajun right now is that they have a really bad time sequencing this because they need Lore Sprout. Oh, never mind. They have Silent Wanderer, so they can get turn 1 Lore Sprout and draw a card off that.
If you just go... You can't go turn 1 Seek because burn.
Yeah.
You can go Wanderer, Lore Sprout, turn 2 Seek, fetch.
Hope to get a Teardrop off this Seek Lost Child, and then next turn EHS. You know, the curve.
Curve.
You played 5 cards by turn 3.
Someone...
Or I guess EHS lets you play 2 cards. Yeah. Like, that's the whole point with Call Axling. You're self-enabling it off fetch lands plus play lands. Okay, try recruitment. I mean, that's something else.
Those are creatures.
Yeah.
It sure is creatures. That's another turn 2 play, because Cajun will still have 1 mana up.
Cajun,
after seeking.
Wait, no. Now they can't seek the Lost Child next turn. Yeah, that's a pretty big mistake, actually.
Imagine.
Wait, I think that might have just lost them the game, because now, next turn, they can only play 1 card.
Seek gets burned, you have to pray on EHS. Oh, that's...
Yeah, Cajun just misplayed Mask of Blue there by not nebulating for 2 colors, or at least white, because now they can't seek plus fetch land next turn.
Storm Surge, Banish Companion, Punch.
Yeah. So Cajun, in their attempt to preserve life by only naming 1 color off Nebula, is actually going to lose more life in the long run by not being able to seek Lost Child on turn 2.
It looks like they're opting Companion Scorch Face, which is a small difference, I guess.
Enables Call Axlinger, I guess.
It means Storm Surge and the Companion does that too.
Right.
And now Cajun's in a rough spot. I think he just realized
that they sequenced their lands badly.
Yep, saw that. Oh boy. Yeah,
because if they nebulate for white there, then they play Seek the Lost Child, next turn they gain 4 life, and then make a bunch of chump blockers. And then turn after that, the EHS. Cajun's actually going to have to start chump blocking here. I mean, I think, yeah, storing away your creatures is fine in this matchup because you have so many ways to 2-for-1 your opponent. So all you have to do is wait for your opponent to run out of burn spells and hope that you still have stuff to keep going. But lands aren't really that.
Creature Vomit does usually have stuff to keep going with, at least.
Yeah.
Hey, you just have to Seek and just play Seek. Can't even trial recruitment and end stuff. Like...
yeah, that's really awful.
That's not what you want to be doing, just ever.
Yeah, but at least Cajun can take solace in the fact that they're not the only player that sequenced their lands badly when playing this deck. Although the game where I sequenced my lands badly, I still won because the deck's busted, and I'm not playing against a burn deck that punishes you for a single turn of slip up.
Yeah, so you go Storm Surge into a Burst, Kill Child, pick Cajun for 3, swing for another 5.
Yeah.
Dang, I think it comes down to the EHS here.
Well, Cajun has a lot of good stuff that they can flip off the EHS.
Why isn't Poet using Storm Surge?
Good point, actually. Maybe they want to save Storm Surge for next turn?
Well, you need to kill the Lost Child.
Maybe they want
to... Oh, yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, instant speed.
Burst instance. You can still, like... Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because if you just suspend Storm Surge and pass with 1 open mana, that pretty much tells you. So it makes it like if they want to, they're going to try and...
Cajun.
Cajun has definitely noticed.
Cajun, you have solidly the pride of all green-white creature vomit players everywhere by putting a loss on your GP record.
Imagine.
And yeah, I feel like green-white creature vomit just loses to the pilot more than it loses to the opponent because, like last GP, in the tiebreaker game against Trumpek, I lost because I misplayed. I totally could have won that game. And here Cajun's doing the same thing. They totally could have won this game, but they misplayed. It's just tiny misplays, like sequence your lands wrong.
Kill the child. And you can afford to kill it in response to a fetch trigger.
Gynoidpoet's going to do it now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lore sprout.
In a draw?
Not very helpful.
A lore sprout? A lore sprout with no creatures. Yeah, this would have gone completely differently if Cajun went green-white to get
Seek
as an Overgrowth Guardian. I think Cajun just has to spin the wheel on the EHS.
I mean, if they flip a white one ordainer, I think they're probably fine.
Yeah, it does come down to the wheel here.
I mean, at least you can wait for a shrine and then try to flip a white one ordainer off the Seek. So you have a pretty decent chance of flipping a white one ordainer here. That's neither, so you take the Parish Paragon, I think. Actually, Daisy's also fine because you have 4 lands next turn if you survive. I think you do take the Daisy here because you have Lore Sprout, Overgrowth Guardian, and Daisy for next turn. and try recruitment. So yeah, you have 4 1-drops next turn. Cajun takes the Paris Paragon instead, which is also a valid choice. Protects the board.
Because you can go Guardian and Paragon, and you have a 33 kind of just sitting there. Eats a burn spell.
Wait, Cajun, why are you not spinning the wheel? Actually, never mind. It's fine. You can just play
Guardian and the Paragon. Okay.
Yeah, you can just play, I guess, a bunch of 1-drops here, and you can trump off Gynoidpoet's creatures. And
if Poet draws a burn spell, Cajun just loses.
Yeah, but if Gynoidpoet doesn't draw a burn spell, I guess if you draw a haste creature, Cajun also loses. Okay, I mean, that's neither a burn spell or a haste creature.
I think you just Storm Surge face, find greater purpose.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think that's Cajun's a 3. You swing in, take out 2 creatures.
I mean, it still gives Cajun 1 more turn, and they can spin the wheel again. Like, if they get White Warner Daner, they can come back to the game.
It's a Storm Surge.
So it's all up to flips now.
Yeah, it's all up to the top. What's on the top of these decks? For Poet...
Land plus burn spell?
2 burn spells. 1's enough. Well, so it comes down to hitting an Ordainer off the EHS here. You gotta go for it. That's your only chance.
Yeah.
Swing in, make Cajun lose 2 creatures.
Cajun can end up turn trial recruitment.
Oh yeah, if Cajun spins the wheel, it's very possible to hit Gillo and just win.
Oh yeah, that too. And they haven't exiled their other basic, right? Yeah, so they can fetch a planes here. I think you try recruitment and block with 1 of the soldier tokens so that you maintain a good spread of card names.
You have to double block, all in all. Because Bloodven's Berserker, which is not very special here.
Yeah.
Comes down the top 5 here.
Oh, you can actually trade. Right.
That seems like a bad move.
That's right, Gilo.
Because you can, yeah. Because if you hit Gilo and a creature off EHS, you're swinging in for, assuming you block with your 2 0-1s, which Cajun didn't. Why would you be blocking with the tokens? It's just more power.
I mean, not everyone's
especially like I know if you want to trade with the companion, that makes sense, but you're not trading with the Axlinger. Why not throw like Overgrowth Guardian in front of that?
Okay, so now EHS flipping into a Seek the Lost Child also saves Cajun because they can Vasavana to enable the Lost Child right away. So yeah, spin the wheel. There's a lot of good hits here that would save Cajun.
That's a Seeker and Ordainer, both of which will get Cajun above death range.
I mean, if Cajun played better, then Gila would have also been an option.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that Cajun is thinking so long means that they probably didn't get it.
Yeah.
If I'd done that a little different.
They probably hit a Gila, honestly, because...
Yeah. Oof. Man.
Yeah.
So many opportunities to fix your mistakes, yet you missed every one of them.
There are 2 big misplays there, which was not naming white on the Nebula and not pairing properly with Kilo.
Yeah.
Kilo, not even
I mean, Kilo can flip. Never mind.
I mean, that's a card you can play. You can swing for 4.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Swing for 4. Next turn, burst for the win.
So close. I agree.
But yeah, if Cajun had either played the Seek right or played the blocks right, I think the win was definitely possible, but
yeah.
Well, the reputation of green-white creature Vana is forever tarnished.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've already tarnished it enough. I don't think Cajun tarnishes any further.
You do everything but tarnish it.
Yeah, my plays. I
never stop talking about how good it is.
The deck would be performing a lot better if it wasn't piloted by people who make misplays.
Raise is not the worst part of Creature Vomit. Not even. Raise is very good. I don't think it's the problem with Creature Vomit. It has to be Seek Seek, Gilo are both nuts.
And Critics Companion.
And Companion I think is the scariest because like you said, that was turn 2 EHS without burn. Turn 3 swing for however much, just go nuts. I mean, like in that case, Raise wasn't even necessary to win any of those games. It might honestly be a little bit of a win more card.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I feel that, but I mean, it lets me win 1 turn earlier, which might matter because that means my opponent has 1 less turn to play a Wrath or something.
I don't know. I think there's not many situations where you're swing with 4 creatures, and I just don't know how necessary it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not the one. I've never played it. I probably shouldn't be judging it.
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. So that's the game. Burn wins over Creature Vomit, which is.
I don't. It wouldn't have won that game 3 if Cajun played it right.
Yeah, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
That's how Magic works. You gotta play the Magic cards right, or you lose.